Hello there once again, people. Welcome to another episode of Marvelous Monstrosities and Devilish Designs. So, I've been tearing away at the Quake map editor, which has basically a lot of different files as they're trying to showcase QME, basically this weird file format that would basically take a package of everything and essentially was like a PAK file, and the fact that it basically was an all-in-one shop. Except that instead of a PAK file, it would also have the ability to do everything internally. So it basically, you'd be able to edit QC files, you'd be able to play sounds, modify textures, create levels, basically everything in one. Like I said, I'm not really sure if this caught on at all. I believe this was the precursor to Quake Army Knife in general, but I don't think Quake Army Knife was quite to this level. So it seems like they cut back after they did this. But yeah, one of the files that they included here was actually a modification to showcase that you can have modifications with one of the features that you can basically bind certain keys to certain impulses. So say I wanted a specific key to basically do a certain thing, basically it'd come up and it would let me do specific things. Anyway, so let's see here. What exactly do we have? It's basically a Quake C patch from 1.01 Quake made by Francisco Ferreira, called Radar. It's a very simple modification, apparently, as kind of would be for a simple test like that. But all it really is signal vicinity of enemy with a dark sound. If an enemy is near, the frequency of beeps will become short. Okay, so basically, it's kind of like the idea in Aliens, whereby, like, the closer they get to you, the shorter and shorter the beeps are, while the further away they are, the faster the beeps are. Sounds simple enough, even though that sounds also rather unbalanced. I personally don't think this would be a good thing long term at all. But it's different at least. It's definitely not something we've been seeing. Like, at least it's not another pipe bomb mod. I'm happy for that. It is not another pipe bomb mod. Okay, so let's see here. He's chalking out a lot of different stuff or whatnot that basically is through the binding, how exactly you set the commands and that mindset, all different stuff that we really don't care about, actually. Yeah, that's almost totally worthless to us. Yeah, and then basically it'll generate out an auto-exec after you've created the QME file. You can basically rip the files from that, and you can basically get this thing kind of working like you normally would. So yeah, it's a different way than using QCC, but the result ends up kind of the same. Okay, so let's pull this thing up and see how it works. Okay, so let's see here. Where are we going? I really don't want to play the same maps over and over. I get really annoyed by the fact that I really play E4M7 now. E4M7? Didn't I just say that? Let's see here. I'm trying to think of a map that we rarely go to. I mean, Chthon, but no. Okay, how about this one? Let's see here. So, to basically... Oh god, there was two different commands. And I set them the keys apart from each other, but I don't know what the original impulses were and what they did. That would have been nice to probably have kept up, probably. Let's see here. Do they have a way of telling me what impulse does what? I mean, I could look at the Quake C code here. Because, yeah, I don't think it actually tells me what impulse does what. Yeah, it basically, when I compiled it out, it did. You know what? I think maybe I should recompile this thing out. No, it doesn't want to compile. Maybe because I already have it running. Yeah, we have binding keys, but that doesn't really help me in this certain circumstance. I was hoping I could see the part whereby, like, the impulse would be. Like a certain, like, impulse... I think it's like impulse 100 and impulse 101. But I don't know which one's which one. Or exactly what I did. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with Q and me. I prefer regular just because I can see what I'm doing. Here I'm a bit lost. Okay, so I think I press and hold this, and you can hear like the beeping from how far away it is. Now I press this button and it stays on and off. It's toggled. So that is impulse 100. Impulse 100 stays on and off, I guess. Impulse 101. Maybe it's impulse 100 turns on. Impulse 101 turns off. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Yeah, so one's basically, it sets it on, but then releases it. The other's long term. So yeah, if I stay like this, it stays on. If I do this, it turns off. Makes sense. Let's turn it on again. Oh, this one. Yeah, so you see pressing that key will turn it off. Okay. Yeah, I think they're related to each other. So we have it on. There's so much going on, I'm not even able to hear it. I'm changing to a different level. I'm E1, M1, just because it has few enemies. So you see, it's not a normal beep, but you can definitely hear it's something. So you see, it gets faster when I get closer. When I'm further away, it's like a slow heartbeat. When I get closer, it's like a rapid pace. To the point where it gets rapid. And now, it's looking for a new enemy. And I think it's based off where the closest enemy is. So now it's saying it's a bit far away before you get to your new enemy. Aha! Look at that. It beeped. You could hear the beeping. You could hear kind of where it was coming from. And you could get towards it. Note, the beeping is coming from the enemy itself. So, like, I could kind of hear a general direction where the beeping is. Like, I could hear it's to my left right now. So if I go through here... Oh my god, that was getting rapid. But yeah. Of course, now we have a further distance. If we come all the way back here... Surprisingly, it doesn't sound too far. Probably because it's right under me. It probably isn't based that much on height. But yeah, it's like a very faint sound, so it's kind of hard to hear unless you're really listening for it. And it really isn't doing too much. As said, this is really a small little file. It's basically almost designed just to be kind of the test file thing. As said, it's basically distributed with QuakeMap as like a demo file. And it was also integrated to QuakeMap by Iron Rico. Anyway, there's really not much more to really talk about with this level. I mean, mod or whatever it is. It's just a basic little radar sound thing. Thank you all for watching. I don't know what I'm doing in my life, and I guess I'll see you all next time.